Music is my first defense against anything. It allows, not only is writing really good to just like take that negativity and the processing and to put it down onto a piece of paper, even if it doesn't go anywhere, to just take that out. But then what's so healthy is to be able to process these thoughts and to process these negative cycles that are going on in your brain and to flip it and turn it. When they talk about silver linings, it's like you took something really dark and something that you went through, but you're better because of it. And because of that, you created a piece of art. Who I am when I'm making music is my favorite version of myself. I completely let go of everything. I think everybody has their own set of insecurities and mental state fluctuations and things that they battle. But when I'm making music, when I'm singing or collaborating, everything is gone. I'm just 100% in the moment. And to be a completely present self and to be totally engulfed is the most magical feeling I've ever had.
Through my journey through mental health and my journey through music, I found these collide in that you find kind of more about yourself, more about your emotions, you're more aware of your emotions, anger, sadness, kind of stuff like that. You can kind of get it out almost. I don't know. I feel kind of the emotional side of it. So I think it's kind of like a way of like self-therapy almost. When it's something that you're in control of all the time, it's like no one else is involved with you learning an instrument. I guess like you might have a teacher, but you know what I mean? Like no one can take that away from you. So if you if you put in the work, like that's yours, like you did that.
When I was little, like probably 7 or 8, my parents would have friends over and I'd be like, excuse me, we're having a concert. Like, can you guys please all get together and get chairs? They'd be like, trying to have dinner and hang out. I'm like, excuse me, the performance starts in 5 minutes. And I would play like Jodie Benson, The Little Mermaid, and I would like lip sync to her and Celine Dion and just like pretend that I had that really strong voice, even though I was just a little girl. I had these constant reminders, not intentionally, just like societally, of like girls should be quiet. They just have a certain way that's accepted in society. I would see it through movies. I would kind of even, hear it from family members of like, oh, ladies don't do that. Like, come on, But yeah, like I said, I always had those like feelings bubbling up inside of me of like, there's something that like wants to get out. And like, I'm not this like perfect little quiet, tame little girl, When I started singing, I found that I could like unleash my voice, and like even if I was just making up silly songs as a little girl, I just felt really empowered. Loud was a big thing. Like little girls were not allowed to be loud, really.
I mean, I'm thinking about Liv, recording in her room on her computer, and if she had a place in high school to go where she could record with engineers and with equipment that's, that Billie Eilish uses, like it would have boosted her confidence in a way that I don't think she would have expected. If she could have heard herself recorded professionally, she would have seen the way that other people see her. She was struggling a lot with her mental health at that age, very young, like 10, 11. And music was the thing that got her through her days. When she sang, there was like a power in her that she didn't know how to access without music. It continued to be her coping mechanism, until she died. And yeah, so watching her musical journey from a teeny tiny little thing to, this young woman was really amazing. And also it was kind of a look into her emotions at the time. During her depressions, she would, do covers of really dark songs. And that was kind of a key into how she was doing. As she got older, she, you know, took it upon herself to teach herself instruments. And I mean, I would come home for a visit and she would know a whole new instrument. And it was really fascinating because at some point she surpassed me in her knowledge of music. And so she was able to teach me after so many years of teaching her. And that was like the greatest thing, to be able to come home and be like, oh my God, you've learned so much. Like, how do you do that? Show me how to do that.
There's definitely a different type of bond between two people who make music. It's almost like instant friendship, you know? You know, some people, they go outside and they scream or they start yelling, you know? Instead, I sit here and I, you know, make music. You know, that was my thing. I was like, yeah, I can play an instrument and like read off this sheet, but I don't want to do that. I want to make something, you know? You feel proud like throughout like making music, I guess. It's not like, I mean, at the end there's like that final proud, but there's like pieces where it's like you put something down, you're like, ooh, I am proud of that. I like that. So then you go to the next step and you're like, maybe it just needs a little some yeah. And then like it's like you find every single time you find what you're looking for, you feel proud. And then at the end it's just all those proud feelings that you felt throughout making the song like put together. It's almost like euphoric. You're like, yes. You know, and you're not really thinking of music the same after that. You're thinking of it as like this thing that somebody did, you know, instead of just this song that sounds good. You think of it as this thing that somebody did. I couldn't imagine having this at my school. I would have liked school so much better. I would have been there so many more times. I mean, I was never in, you know, any type of, you know, like group or like you know, club or anything like that when I was in high school. And if there was a music club that was specifically for, you know, producing or like, you know, where you would actually sit in a booth and they had like all the equipment, I I would have like that. I would have been into that. And that probably would have helped me a lot growing through high school. Like like literally I was in nothing. I didn't go to a single game. I didn't go to prom. But if there was that, that would have been something that I would have done. Yeah, I would be there every day, and I'd like make sure I got my friends together. We'd be in there making songs. I mean, yeah, well, they're probably like to have to bring our own like little hard drive, but once we plug it in, boom, like all the best music you could hear.